Oh, your stream crashed for some reason whilst I was just looking at something on the Higher Lab. Let's continue.
Truly?
What are you doing? No, don't!
The humans are everywhere.
How long have we been hiding?
No idea.
Shh, quiet!
This is a fine piece of land.
Remember to check for traces of yokai in the surround.
By order of the Shogun, we are to exterminate.
Why so hasty? We should leave some alive. We can make them work their own.
Hey, you know about the Mikawa Flower Festival, right? I heard.
Oh yeah, the festival.
The festival for humans, and humans alone.
That's right. We should put them to work. They're known for their transformation.
No.
Quiet! Or...
What? What is that? Ah!
Hey, are you all right? Yoko, come! Hold on! We're coming!
The yokai and the humans are unconscious?
The same thing happened.
The Mikawa Flower... No, if we don't make it to the Mikawa Flower Festival, Boss Tama will eat us.
The humans are coming for us. We're gonna lose our home.
We infiltrate the Mikawa Flower Festival.
Boss Toma!
How about...
Traveler! Traveler!
Are you all right, Traveler?
Where are we?
Huh? The nightmare is gone. You purified it.
Humans! And a bunch of yokai!
The Mikawa Flower Festival! The humans are gonna... They're gonna...
Oh, that explains all the Boss Toma this and Boss Toma that. Wait a second. Hitotsume Kozo and the others should be Akitsuyuge experts. But this time, Toma did all the work. Paimon can't believe we missed something so suspicious. Oh, you're saying Paimon's deductive reasoning is Hazel level.
Based on your description, Traveler, it's possible these Bake Danuki have been in hiding for 500 years. Sounds like they know Ioroi, too. Why don't we ask him? It's not far.
The protector of the grove. It's been 500 years since our last meeting. Sarah, Heizo, return to the festival to keep watch. The doppelganger incident has been resolved, but the threat of the nightmare remains. I will handle the meeting with Ioroi myself.
Yoroi, we're back!
Shogun! I bow before thee. No, wait, shoot, I'm still a statue. What should I...
All is well, Ioroi, hidden protector of the grove.
Ah, that would be because when Ioroi tried to pluck a Naku weed from the Imperial Garden, A nearly split him in two, Yashiori Island style.
Keep it to yourself, you meddlesome kitsune.
Ioroi, I wish to ask you something.
Anything, Shogun. Absolutely anything. It is my honor to answer.
Suck up.
You could have at least slowed down a little. It took forever to convince them to come with me.
Oh, it's Yoroi! The humans really did kill you! Your body...
Huh?
Not dead? The Kitsune spoke the truth?
Yoroi?
Wait, this must be Kinkaku.
When the humans, Kamuna Harunosuke, came to hurt us.
We ran and hid. The humans searched and searched.
So we decided to escape the human just as...
That's when we uncovered a horn filled with yokai power!
It restored our power! And then we made the
Oh! And by...
We tricked him and ran.
So, you didn't...
We've been using the horn to hide ever since.
A horn full of yokai power. Could that be the source of the nightmares? If the horn contained the fragment of a nightmare, using its power to hide would spread the nightmare to them. That means the Bakedanuki have been trapped inside the...
Ha! I could have told you that nothing good would come from that horn. Using external power...
But the horn helped us hide from the...
On the contrary, the purpose of the investigation was to determine in advance whether we avoid encroaching on yokai territory altogether, or attempt to reach a mutually beneficial agreement. A peaceful resolution was always the goal.
Oh, really?
Wait, that is what the human...
By order of the Shogun, if yokai live here, we need to
Ginkaku Tetsunosuke. Not all humans are bad.
Besides, the Bakedaniki were only sealed away back then because Ioroi stole that comb.
Ioroi? It's a thief?
How was I to know it was used to make sacred Sakura Daifuku?
So the humans were mean for...
Well, if you must know, the young human and I fought. I was perhaps a tad careless, so I...
There he goes again, changing the subject when...
Now you know. No human is trying to harm you.
So...
500 years...
It was a 500-year-long game...
Huh? We won? Go us!
Hey, my game of hide-and-seek isn't over yet.
Wow, the mind of a Bakedaniki is something else. Still so cheerful even after all that.
That nature is what isolated them from the worst effects of the nightmare, and prevented them from causing any real harm. But a nightmare that's still affecting people after all this time? Who could it belong to? A horn buried under Mount Yogo.
Tainted by darkness, the Oni warrior raised her sword against the almighty Shogun. Losing an arm and a horn to the Shogun's blade, she fled into the forest, never to be seen again. A trusted lieutenant fighting against the forces of darkness, she was once devoured whole by a beast from beyond this world, with the body of a tiger and the tail of a serpent, until she tore the creature apart from within. Thus she earned the name Chio the Tiger Bite, or Tora Chio.
I don't think Chio would like that name. Though she escaped the belly of the beast alive, that battle never left her. She saw the memories of her fallen comrades everywhere, slaughtered one after another, until she could no longer distinguish dream from reality. The nightmare twisted every joy in her life, her subordinates, family, and friends, into enemies in need of destruction. It was in that state, trapped in the battlefield of her mind, that she raised her sword against me on Mount Yogo. With the Muso no Hitotachi, I cut off her arm, one of her horns, and a portion of the mountain itself. I suspect that is when the horn in question was buried there.
And subsequently uncovered by 3 Bakedanuki. That means the fragment on the horn comes from Chio's nightmare.
Nightmares feed on fear and anxiety. If what the traveler saw is true, it's possible Kinkaku and the others' fear over the past 500 years allowed the fragment to gain physical form and become something akin to a Jibakure, an earthbound spirit. They move through the ley lines, but are also bound by them. That's why the traces of this entity appeared intermittently and never outside of Mount Yogo.
It would seem the fragment of this nightmare is no different from the one back then. It hates all joy and every good thing in this world. The investigation team working for a better future? Attacked. Hitotsume Kozo and his friends, kind enough to lend a helping hand? Attacked.
Yeah, and we were attacked too! Right when we were having fun with the playtest. interesting.
Perhaps it needs to regain strength after your defeat. Or perhaps it is biding its time because it knows, with whatever rationality remains, that it cannot defeat you. But sooner or later, its twisted hatred will force it out of hiding, and it will move to strike its enemies. When Chio set her sights on a target, she was never one to waver.
Oh.
But both possibilities prove something. Nightmare fragments can be defeated, and an enemy that can be killed is one that can be split in two by the power of Muso Ishin.
There's really no other way?
Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. A fragment of a nightmare tied to a severed horn. That is all that remains. The living must take precedent over the memory of the dead.
Oh, who cares about the dead anyway? I'm just trying to look out for the living.
What is that supposed to mean, Miko?
Oh, I'm just concerned about our poor Bake Danuki friends.
Huh?
The nightmare fragment has been tied to the Bake Danuki for nearly 500 years. Strike it down, and who's to say whether you take the lives of our poor friends along with it?
I beseech you, almighty Shogun, spare the young ones. It was just a momentary... oh, no. A 500-year-long lapse in judgment.
Miko, you speak the truth?
If you don't believe me, ask Mizuki and the Traveler. I'm sure they've encountered similar cases during their extensive travels.
Well, Oh! Yes. During my studies both in Liyue and Natlan.
Then, what would you propose? This nightmare fragment is a constant threat to Inazuma. Should all other options fail, I will take action.
If the fragment's hatred toward the world comes from a nightmare, then the most logical option is to get rid of the nightmare itself.
Right! Can't you just eat the nightmare, Mizuki?
The Yumekui Baku already tried that 500 years ago. Even yesterday, when faced with the corruption of the nightmare, Mizuki could only mitigate the effects.
What was impossible back then is not necessarily impossible now. I think Mizuki has the right idea. If we cannot eradicate the nightmares directly, why not use this entity's tricks against it? Combat illusions with illusions. Combat nightmares with dreams.
Is that even possible?
Don't forget, there are yokai that specialize in shape-shifting and illusions, and they happen to be right in front of us.
Where? Kinkaku doesn't see them anywhere!
Fools! The Kitsune is clearly referring to the Bake Danuki.
Given their centuries-long connection to the nightmare fragment, they are perfectly positioned to create a dreamscape that the entity will be unable to distinguish from the real world.
Back then, the nightmare had little to no weaknesses. If we want to give the Bakedanuki an opportunity to strike, I assume you have a plan, Miko?
You said it yourself. Mikoshi Chiyo is gone. All that remains is a fragment of her nightmare, already broken and vulnerable. Besides, Mizuki is an old friend, one that is not to be underestimated. She has traveled the land studying dreams and is far more capable than those old fossils back then.
Oh, she just usually doesn't compliment me to my face. But Miko's right. If we work together, I'm confident we can put together a ritual to subdue the nightmare fragment.
Remember back in Aika's Story Quest, I'm pretty sure I did stream it, back when we had a little scene in here, and then everyone throws a fit about that scene she's wearing socks in water.
Once we perform the ritual, it will take some time for the barrier to take effect. Luckily for us, we have two formidable warriors on our side. our festival representative, who also happens to have extensive experience against dark forces,
Yeah,
and the
there's
almighty
no way I can
Shogun,
skip Ayaka next
unmatched in
time she
combat.
runs.
I'm sure the
There's
two
no
of you
way.
can buy us some time.
I'm gonna have to get her.
There's just one problem. Since this entity can pass through the ley lines,
I mean,
its
I
movements
want to
are
go for characters
unpredictable.
which are unique, and I
If we're
don't
going
have
to
a
create
character which is like an
barrier,
elemental
how can we be
burst
sure it
DPS
appears
yet.
where we want?
Technically, Raiden?
The solution to that
Technically.
is obvious. If the nightmare fragment
Most of her
disguises
damage
all
comes from her
sources of
normal
joy and
attacks, which are
happiness,
classified as burst
then
damage, but it's
naturally
still
a joyous
her normal
occasion would be an
attacks.
evil beyond measure.
Whereas
An enemy
Ayaka,
that
most of her
must be
damage is coming from her
annihilated at all
burst, so
costs.
as long as I can make her
So, if we want to
viable,
lure
I
it out,
really want to use her. I have had problems like the feel of her dash in the past, but I think I can probably get used to it.
The Mikawa
I really want Ayaka now.
What joy could possibly compare to finishing
Just
one's
such
work
another
right before the
nice,
deadline?
lovely shot. Wait, let me... There we go. Why does
I would
this
imagine we
quest
can all
look so
think of a
good
few.
for no reason?
But I agree.
This scene is
Mikawa
going on a
Flower
bit longer than
Festival
it
is
should
the
have,
most
but...
plausible target. Once the enemy appears, I will pull them into the plane of Euthymia immediately. I will not put the people in danger. Traveler, I ask that you join me there so we can subdue the enemy together.
All right. I will update everyone back at the festival and start the preparations for the ritual. I'll need your help, Mizuki. It's going to be a busy night.
looks like an all-nighter for me.
I just realised the Electro support unit I was talking about earlier should be Electro Traveler. Rework Electro Traveler, please.
Well, this was
They
your
suck.
idea. Oh, and don't forget, you need to finish a little Fox's Daydream as well.
And in a surprising twist, you were my nightmare all along.
Great yokai really wasn't forced to work all night?
That's right. It was my choice.
Why does great yokai have to work?
I suppose it's just the price of becoming a great yokai.
Great yokai? Kingaku is sad for you.
Well, Ioroi, as I see it, you've been punished long enough. It's about time you were released.
Released? I can do that myself anytime I want. This statue keeps me warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Don't interfere.
Yoroi is the best!
Besides, the seal's power is almost gone. What I really want is for you to help me give that sneaky kitsune a piece of my mind.
Ioroi, she's already...
Not so fast. I won't be fooled by your tricks again. Whatever you were about to say, she can tell me herself, instead of sending some young kitsune to hoodwink me.
What is the situation?
battle is a
Traveler, during the battle tomorrow, it is imperative you know your limits. If the enemy proves too much to handle, leave them to me. I know. I understand your concerns, just as you know mine. We need not say any more than that. Just get some rest and prepare yourself for the battle to come. One more thing. Thank you.
Oh, I like that. I am really liking this event so far. The minigames are nice, and the story is not the worst. No, I really like this area of Inazuma as well. I really love it when events take over locations which you don't really visit anymore, which is, again, further reason why I think they should just leave this event apparatus in here. Because normally this is like just a hill. There's nothing here normally. Is there anything else to do? I'm not doing her story quest. I don't want to, not right now. Got quite a few to catch up on. So I think I actually want to go on Warframe and try to do weeklies on Warframe since the new night raid. Probably good.